Ready? Good?
Yeah.
What's up, guys? It is a beautiful morning. Let me fix this real quick. Like I said, it's a beautiful morning out here. I think today we might work on the Suburban, might not. Might just relax today. But first, we're going to the gym because I got a few things in the Suburban right now. I might leave the gym, come back home, change, and might go to Dad's shop. I know I'm using my dad's shop a lot, but man, I'm just grateful that he's letting me use it. It's very convenient, keeps you out of the wind and weather, and I'm still, I'm waiting on mine to finally get built, and I cannot wait, man. It's been a dream. I have my own area to work in that's got concrete and walls, so it's very nice. But we're gonna go to the gym, and then we'll go from there. We're gonna go ahead and head to the shop now. We got the tail lights, the headlights, and the third brake light to put in. We're gonna go ahead, I guess, and throw this new selector switch in as well. Broke the old one, so I'm gonna throw this brand new selector switch just to send the signal to the front tank. So I broke the old one, broke the side of the housing off. Didn't realize that we needed that to send the signal to the front tank. I thought the sending unit would just send straight through. I thought it would just switch the tanks, not feed signal all the way to the cluster. So imagine that. While we're there, also, I think the filters came in. So we're going to go ahead and throw the filters in the Ford as well, which I'm super excited about. The whole Ford system is completely clean and brand new now, all the way into the injectors. I'm pumped. So I guess we'll see you at the shop. So we got the headlights unboxed. Man, those suckers look good. Finally found some that actually got some projectors in them. And these housings are all built in. There's no changing. It's got the ballast back here. These are some high quality lights, finally. These running lights and the blinkers here. And then here is the tail lights, and then we got a third brake light here, and then we've got matching fog lights here. I think it's gonna look pretty good. I guess we're gonna go ahead and start throwing this in and see how she looks. We're gonna start with the third brake light and the brake lights, and then we'll go from the back to the front. Done. Turned out pretty good, except for the fog light's not going to work right now. The way this aftermarket valence is, it actually sits a little bit higher, and so we're gonna have to make a step off piece to actually bolt the fog light up. So we're not doing the fog lights tonight, but we got these done, and we got them to where everything kicks on with the running lights manually, because I didn't want the daytime running lights actually controlling these. I wanted them to stay on all the time. So that's how they turned out there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start on this side. Get this knocked out. We got some wiring we need to do. We cut some clips off the old stuff and wired it straight in. And so we're gonna try and straighten out this grill too a little bit and get rid of this gap. So let's get on it. We got the headlights installed. They look freaking amazing. Now, just the rest of everything else look good. But I'm super excited. I had to get these done because the old lights, they were making it to where any kind of rain or moisture was getting in them and it was popping the bulbs, and it just got to where I got tired of replacing them. I had a high beam that went out just here recently and a low beam, and I got tired of putting in bulbs. And finally I siliconed them in, that way I could just get by until I got these lights put in. But I think they turned out good. We could not get the fog lights in. I mean, we're gonna try and get something going with that. The problem is, since the valence sits up higher, we're gonna have to make a spacer at the top where it's supposed to bolt in and just space it out, and then we will wire it in with the DRLs here. But the headlights in, we'll get the fog lights later, tail lights are in. It took a little bit longer than we thought, but we tried to see if we were gonna like the daytime running lights with the DRLs, but I like to manually control those. I just think it looks way better going down the road with DRLs on than with them off, because they wouldn't even be on, because they wanted you to hook them up to the daytime running lights. So even at night, they wouldn't even be on. So I think it turns out way better like this. Turn the lights on, everything comes on. So we're over here on a buddy's truck, and I had some daytime running lights in mine that were pure white. He's got all LEDs in his truck. We went ahead and hooked the OBD2 module up to it and turned them on manually. Look how bright those things are. So now he'll have a pure white daytime running light as well. And I think later what he's going to do is he's going to go ahead and throw some switchbacks in here. That way he can stay white there too until he hits the blinker. But that looks amazing. That daytime running light right here. Looks, yeah, there we go. That looks really good. I think it look way better going down the road now. But that's going to be a wrap for today. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll try and get them fog lights going. I got to go pick up some parts from the parts store and figure out something to make a spacer. But we'll get to it. See you tomorrow. Hey guys, it's a couple days later. We're going to go ahead and head back to the shop. I've got to rewire the running lights for the headlights. Tied them into the side marker lights that blink too. So that turned out to be a big no-no. Get a little bit of back feed. So I'm going to go ahead and wire them back into the other running light selector that's on the front here. And then we got to pull out some actual shafts on the front of my buddy's Dodge. We're going to get them ripped out, rewire these headlights, and I'm going to see if I can go ahead and get some hardware for the fog lights and maybe go ahead and run the wire and get them all set up too. But yeah, we're going to head to the shop and I'll see y'all there. So we got the headlights fixed, and even after we rewired them, the DRLs here got so much brighter on the right circuit instead of that old side one that used to be here. We put them on the right circuit now, and man, they match up so good. Turned out really good. I am super impressed. And at night, man, it's a huge difference. It almost feels illegal, because when you hit the high beams, you get this perfectly squared off high beam. Man, it's so good. Tail lights turned out good. Third brake light turned out good. Man, I am absolutely in love. I've got some extra LEDs for the license plate we're going to put in. Man, look at that. Got the Cadillac member here. Man, that turned out good. Looking good. We just got to get that front end painted. We're going to cut and polish all this and then replace the headliner in here. And she'll be looking pretty good after that. But check that out, guys. Look at that. That's just the DRLs. And the fog lights are on. We drop the brightness down a little bit. Look at that. It turned out good. But we went ahead and fixed the bumper up a little bit as well. I had a couple bumper brackets off for some reason, so we went ahead and fixed all that. Got the bumper leveled out. Got the fog lights in. Headlights are rewired. Finished up on the Dodge and got the axles in. Everything's perfect on it now. The Ford went ahead and put the full fuel selector switch, the new one on. So now the actual fuel gauge is working. So that's done. The Dodge is done. Suburban's done for now. But what we're about to do is my blower motor 2 nights ago started squeaking. And then the actual relay for the fan speed went out completely. So I only have full speed or no speed. So we're going to pull the blower motor out. We're going to pull the selector switch out the front. The blower motor on the back is new on this, and the switch went out on it too. So I've got to pull all these parts real quick and then go and take them to the parts store tomorrow. And swap the parts out, because it's all under warranty. So I'm going to swap those out, but we're going to pull back in the bay and get started on that. All right, guys, just got some coffee and a snack. We got the blower motor out of the front and the resistor, because the blower motor was squeaking really, really bad. And then the resistor was just giving me full speed at number 5 on the dial. So went ahead and pulled that out and figured out what's going on with the rear. So as some of you know, that the Suburbans right here, the hot wire in this harness runs this here for your rear HVAC. What happens is that wire gets so hot in the factory harness that it actually comes undone. And the fix is you cut the wire and you go around the harness like I did. I tied it together, soldered it, taped it. Well, my amp wire that came down through here was actually, that sends signal to my amp, actually touched off on it and got so hot that I actually was running the rear HVAC with my switch here to turn off and on my amp, and it wasn't even working up here. So I followed everything down, took my whole dash out, removed the tablet, everything, and then found out that that amp wire had actually touched off at that joint, had got so hot that wire for the rear HVAC had actually melted, touched off to it, grounded itself. And that's why every time I would turn my amp on, my freaking rear HVAC would come on. Like, what are the odds of that? So it's all actually working now, as it should. And all we got left is the front blower motor and the resistor to send signal, because all All I had was wide open right there, and that was it. But yeah, that we're gonna finish that up tomorrow. I'll go pick up the blower motor and resistor, and I'll catch y'all in the morning. What's up, guys? So we are back here today. We're gonna try and get this blower motor put in. The rear is fixed, like I stated last night in the video, but the cruise control is also not working, so we're gonna have to mess with the cruise control, the blower motor, the resistor, and then the cable system that's in these doors to take the window up and down. The back left one is the last one that has not been replaced, and it's not working, so we're going to replace that as well. So let's get started. Suburban pretty much done. The cruise control issue though is because apparently with LEDs it doesn't get a feedback that it needs, and the cruise control doesn't work. I guess it's like a signal that way if your brake lights go out and you go to use cruise control, you know to check your rear tail lights. So what I'm going to do is order some resistors. I'll put in line to help with the signal for the cruise control. So that's pretty much it. A little bonus footage though, we're going to go ahead and throw a K&N system on this, and I guess we're about to get started. Shouldn't take that long, but here we go.